Hi everybody, my name is Mrs. Cheney and I'm a first grade teacher at Wilson Elementary. And on this channel, you are just gonna find lots of great books that we're gonna be reading together. So if you love books, you love reading, or you love listening to books being read, tune in because this channel is for you. The first book that we are reading is called The Easter Egg by Jan Brett. Now, tomorrow is Easter. Hooray! It might look a little different because it's quarantine 2020, but that's okay. We are still going to celebrate Easter as your own little family and with this wonderful read aloud. This book is written and illustrated by Jan Brett. Jan Brett is a very talented lady because she not only writes the words inside of the story, she illustrates them too. So that means she draws all of these wonderful pictures. And look at that little bunny. He's so cute. I just want to eat his little face up. How talented is she? Wow. Double skills. Now, without further ado, we are going to read The Easter Egg. Now, throughout this story, I want you to think about a lesson that our main character, little bunny named Hoppy here, learns. The Easter Egg by Jan Brett. Cheep, cheep, cheep. Spring is here. Time to start my very first ever Easter egg, Hoppy said. Each year, the bunny who decorated the winning egg got to help the Easter rabbit hide the eggs on Easter morning. Hoppy had been dreaming about being that bunny all year long. Now it was time to get started. Everywhere Hoppy looked, rabbits were working on dazzling eggs. I need an amazing egg, an idea, he thought. Hoppy spotted Flora Bunny planting spring wildflowers in her eggs. The Easter rabbit will love those colorful flowers, he thought, and started picking flowers for his own egg. Here's a basket for your flowers, Hoppy, Flora said. Look at all those beautiful colors. Chop, chop. Hoppy spied Buster Birch carving a magnificent wooden egg. Oh man, I wish I had wood for my egg, he whispered out loud. Here you go, Hoppy, Buster Birch said, and he put a smooth, round piece of wood in Hoppy's basket. Oh, thank you, Buster, Hoppy said. These are some very nice bunnies. They are sharing all of their materials with Hoppy. Hoppy was hopping along when the smell of sweetness led him out of the woods and straight to the chocolate egg that Aunt Sassafras was decorating with creamy frosting squiggles and bows. Hello, Hoppy, she said, and she put some chocolate squares in his basket. Hippity hop, Hoppy exclaimed. I'll make the Easter rabbit a chocolate egg so sweet it'll make his whiskers tingle. Then Hoppy saw Granny Irene decorating one of her fabulous story eggs. First, she traced a design on the eggs with a special tool. Then she dipped the egg in pots of yellow, green, orange, and red dye, adding to the design each time. Hoppy couldn't believe his eyes. Oh, I'll never make an egg that beautiful, he told Granny Irene. She smiled. Just try, she said, giving him one of her special tools. Look at all the beautiful detail on those eggs. I bet that takes her a long time. Hoppy was hopping by Hans Vanderrabbit's garden when he spotted an extraordinary egg. Hans was painting a portrait of the Easter rabbit so real it looked that he was alive. Fantastic, Hoppy exclaimed. Thank you, Hoppy, Hans said. Why don't you make a painting on your own egg? He gave Hoppy pots of paint and a fine brush. Wow, look at that portrait of the Easter Bunny. Did you know that the Easter Bunny also visited bunnies? I did not, but that's a very interesting fact we learned from this story. As Hoppy bounced along, a loud boing nearly knocked him off his feet. It was a whirling, twirling mechanical egg. "Whoa," Hoppy said. "That's an unusual egg." "Would you like to make one?" Roberto asked. Hoppy tried hard, but the harder he tried, the more parts and pieces piled around him. "Oh, thank you, Roberto," he sighed, "but I think I better make an egg that's right for me." There's Hoppy with all of those mechanical pieces around him. If you could use a word to describe maybe how he's feeling, take a look. I would describe him as maybe he's a little frustrated, like, "Oh, I can't make this work." Hoppy hopped back to the woods and lay down under a tall tree to think. "Making a beautiful egg is harder than I imagined," he thought. "I guess I don't have to win. I just want to make an egg that I'm proud of." There's little Hoppy doing some thinking. Suddenly, the woods rang with a squawking of birds sounding an alarm. Mother Robin swooped down, calling wildly as if she couldn't decide where to go. An egg had tumbled out of Mother Robin's nest. Inside the perfect blue egg was a baby robin that needed its mother to keep it warm until it hatched. So if you pause for a second, let's make a prediction. A prediction is like a guess. So what do you think might happen next in the story? If you see, Hoppy is racing over to the alarmed Mama Robin to check out and see what's happening. And the egg is on the ground. What do you think Hoppy might do next? Turn and talk with someone and share. Let's see if your prediction was right. Hoppy knew what he had to do. He sat down carefully and covered the blue egg with his soft, warm fur. Was your prediction right? If so, give me a connection sign. That means we were thinking the same thing. "I'll take care of you the best that I can," he whispered. Relieved, Mother Robin chirped and settled down on her other 2 eggs. Hoppy never left the robin's egg. If it was sunny and warm, he carefully turned the egg in its nest of moss. If it was rainy and cold, he kept the egg covered and dry. At night, wild animals passed by, and Hoppy crouched down and stayed hidden in the ferns. Often he heard strange noises coming from above, but Hoppy didn't run away. Wow. Look at all of those hard things he had to endure when it was hot or rainy or when animals came out at night. There's some predators. You see a fox and an owl. And he never left. What is a word that you would use to describe Hoppy while he's basically taking care of this egg? I would say he's being brave. Every day, the rabbits worked on their eggs. Tadpoles turned into frogs, buds swelled into leaves, and Easter came closer and closer. Finally, it was time for the rabbits to take their eggs to the glen. They had forgotten all about Hoppy, who was quietly sitting on the blue egg under the tall tree in the woods. So everybody's getting their own Easter eggs ready. But what is Hoppy doing? Early the next morning, the rabbits waited for the Easter rabbit. Suddenly, a beautiful wagon rolled toward them out of the mist. If you look, there's the Easter Bunny. And look, his wagon is being pulled by very plump chickens. And there's all of the bunnies waiting for his arrival. But who's missing from the big arrival? Who's still in the woods? Hoppy. And the wagon stopped. The Easter Bunny stepped down from the wagon and admired the decorated eggs one by one. "You have brought me the most beautiful eggs in the world, but a very special one is not here," he told them. The rabbits were puzzled. Whose egg could it be? Do you know whose egg it could be? Let's find out. "Fill my wagon with your wonderful eggs," he said. "When I return, I will show it to you." And he disappeared into the woods. He came back with Hoppy looking scruffy and bed-ragged. "Hoppy has an amazing egg to be proud of," the Easter Rabbit told them. "He has kept Mother Robin's egg warm and safe until her baby bird hatched, and then she could take care of it." The Easter Rabbit placed the empty blue shell in the place of honor on top of the wagon. Now they were ready to go. Look at the baby robin that hatched out. He's standing next to Hoppy, who helped take care of him. So cute. The rabbits cheered for the egg that had surprised them all. "It's our best Easter ever, Hoppy," they shouted. Then the brave little bunny and the Easter Rabbit rode off together to hide the eggs for girls and boys to find on Easter morning. And look who is their friendly little passenger, the sweet baby robin. So, in this story, you kind of learn a very important lesson. Hoppy was supposed to create this beautiful, wonderful egg that the Easter Bunny would love the best, so he could help hide all the other Easter eggs for the boys and girls. But instead, he ended up doing something else with a very special egg. Do you remember what it was? If you do, here's your question. Which egg do you think is more important? The robin's egg? Or if Hoppy would have created an egg, would that one have been more important? And if you'll decide, tell me or whoever you're sitting next to why you picked that answer. And what do you think the lesson of this story might be? Because Hoppy still got to hide all of the Easter eggs in the morning with the boys and girls. Bye everyone, see you next time.